Well then, we'll begin where we left off, I guess. And that was you guys had just made your way out of the arena, I believe. After seeing what might constitute as arena combat and might constitute a slaughter, you're not quite sure.
Oh
Or
no,
you might
we're
be.
quite sure.
Much to the disgust of the savages of the group.
I'll say you had just made your way outside and...
We went to the
Some-
baths, actually.
Yes, you went to the baths and lots of interesting things happened.
And I joined them late after vanishing away and picking up my stuff.
Yes.
Then we headed back to the tavern. Kai and Joffrey went to have a chat.
Then we will start with everyone back at the tavern, I believe, unless anyone wasn't back at the tavern. I remember I had to go off because I had uni. I think I have a 9 a.m. or something like that, which is silly.
Did Noah end up taking back that girl that she was flirting with?
No.
No.
I rolled for it. No.
I'll end up leaving with Noah then. Back to the tavern.
Very
Assuming
well,
that Noah wanted to go back to the tavern as well.
Yeah.
Can I just highlight for Minton to remember that Hobbit Gorthon has a small cat poo in his pocket from when I stole the gold back that he stole off me. So
that is very true.
next time he goes anywhere next time he tries to get anything out of his pocket, he's going to come out with a hand smeared in shit.
Okay.
Is it actually shit from a cat, or
Yes.
just cat-sized shit?
No,
Which just happens to be Toby's.
It's a literal cat turd. You should have seen the private slice of hand roll. It was fucking glorious.
God damn.
Because you know when I had all the bags of gold that I pinched, that I still haven't opened, because
Yeah.
we haven't had the opportunity yet, and Gorthon stole a load of gold out of it. I stole it all back and left him a little present. So.
Nice. Alright.
So, it seems most people have made their way back to the tavern, so I guess we can begin with... Karath and Joffrey are having finished their chat. It's probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon by this point. Maybe a bit later, getting on into the early evening.
I'm not sure if Ray's back yet.
The microphone is unmuted.
She said she was being obedient to the kid.
Children.
Alright.
But yeah. And that, I guess... What's everyone else doing? What are Sarab, Noor, and Tobald doing?
I'll let the others pick first.
I don't know. We've just got out of we've just been celebrating, haven't we?
Got out of the arena, and most people ended up going back to the bathhouses to relax after everything.
Okay, so what time is it?
It's about
Early
4
afternoon.
or 5 in the afternoon. Yeah, early afternoon.
So perfect time to go to the pub.
I mean, we're technically staying in the tavern at the moment.
Yep, well, let's go.
Sorry.
Let's go get boozed up, boys. We've won a big fight. Kind of. Let's go.
I'll join for that.
I suppose. I feel a bit better about the after this bath.
One of the very few things of Kazasani is the water can be quite refreshing.
That it is.
So, whilst the other two whatever. What should our next steps be?
How much business do you still have to do in town?
I am quite content to leave Al-Sasani for a little while myself. Home can get rather dull after a while. I don't know about the others. Anything you want to do, Toby?
Drink.
I mean, we're sat around the table probably waiting for our drinks now.
Clap my hands excitedly as the waitress walks over with flagons of beer.
That they do, pretty much. They bring over some nice flagons of a quite dark chocolate brown ale.
I pick up two, one in each hand, and start drinking one of them.
What other drinks do they have on offer?
They've got a collection of ales, along with some wines and some hard liquor.
A glass of wine, my dear?
The server just turns around and says, "Red or white?"
A red. Always. Would you like one as well, Noah?
I'll join you in that.
A red or white?
Red.
Two red, my dear. Thank you very much.
The server nods and goes round the back to bring your drinks out and brings out two metal goblets filled with red wine and places them delicately upon the table.
Is Rashid still over at the bar?
Yeah, Rashid is still just working over at the bar. It seems fairly busy at this point. Some other patrons have started to come back. Some have come down out their rooms, and they've all started to order various late lunches, early dinners.
If it's busy and loud, I'm going to cast message to tell him, mind if we have our round in return for me to do a dance and pay it off that way.
You see, he's just kind of like looks a bit surprised at message, but he's like, yeah. He doesn't seem that surprised at people using magic on him.
Mm-hmm.
You get the message back. That works.
I just give him a wink and turn back. Well, our round is on the house for now.
You do seem to know all the right people in all of the right places.
Well, it's always
God damn it, Kai's not there.
it's always a good perk to be able to get what you want.
Was Kai going to make a tasteless joke?
Me and Rashid go.
So Rab is the only one that's tasteless here.
I'm not even going to entertain that. I had a comment lined up and I'm not going to say it. Me and Rashid, we go far back. Many decades, actually. I stop by here every so often, bring in some extra patronage for him, and in return, I usually get some free drinks and a good connection. It is my home away from home.
Where is your actual home?
You are familiar with Al Rashidi? North of here.
I would have had to pass through it, right?
Yeah.
I've been through it.
I own a quaint little place over there. I don't spend very much time around there, though. Staying in one place gets quite stuffy. How long have you been out of the Badlands for? I cannot seem to recall me asking already.
A few months, maybe 5, 6.
A newbie to the outside world, then.
I suppose you could say that.
Well, you've landed in safe hands.
I am not that sure of that fact. She grins.
It'll be fun company nonetheless. I must warn you, by the way, if we do pursue this trail, find your mother, she might not still be in the league, you do know, right?
I know. I don't really have any other lead though, so obviously I'm not expecting you to follow me through the whole world, but as long as our goals align, having some company that you can rely on in case of trouble, which we've demonstrated this morning, you guys can. It's always a good thing.
You do speak truth. It is the reason why me and Kai still travel together.
I cannot pin you two down. Are you friends? Are you former lovers? Do you hate each other's?
I sort of elbow on the table, like holding my chin, lean in and go, "Oh, we are star-crossed lovers, doomed to each other by fate, and the things like going on upstairs are just obstacles to our end goals."
Can I insight that shit?
Yeah, sense motive and bluff, please.
Probably about now as well. Oh, shut the fuck up, Sarab.
What is my sense motive? Probably not very high, but
I'm debating on whether to public roll this one or not, just to... Yeah, I'll public roll it.
So wait, are we downstairs now?
Yeah, it's probably about now.
oh gosh, I have a +2 on that, so fuck
Oh, yeah.
me.
That's a 48.
That's a 13.
Yeah, but it's about now that Kai and Jorphil have come downstairs after the chat.
Yep. And Kai very promptly tells Sarab to shut up.
And
I'm gonna use message and tell Sarab you'll have to tell me all about that later.
I just go a wink.
But yeah. First things first, Kai and Jorphil are both in their full finery, and as Kai moves to sit down, you know I never had any more interest in you than your passing interest in anything other than a certain Ifrit, or is it the fetchling? I forget. Now, how about we go out for a nice meal somewhere more to your taste to celebrate our last night here in Kausasani?
Joyfield is spinning like a kid. I look pretty again.
You insult me and then bless me with something that you would never ever insinuate. Are you feeling okay?
You know, as much as you talk shit, you guys are still the closest thing to good company that I've come across since I left the Badlands. So, you know, to celebrate before we head to the League, or are you going to abandon us to the whims of Kausasani on our own?
I've just, in retort to what he said beforehand, I've just stuck my tongue out between my canines. No? How would you like dressing up and heading out for one last night?
Dressing up? I am dressed.
No. Like, yo, okay, I thought this too. But you apparently get in these really nice clothes and you go to these really fancy places and it's really, really fun. And you get to pretend like you're one of those like princess girls in the books, but you don't die at the end. You actually get to live like in a good. You know, they should remake fairy tales to where they lived happily ever after because they always die.
She gives you, like, the strangest look. The most confused look ever.
Joy feels used to it. That's the way people look at her.
Yeah.
Sit down, Joffiel. The others will have to get changed into their finery if Solab is going to take us up on our offer.
Oh, I would love to, but it is also up to the others. It means I get to be in 3 different outfits in one day. Oh, what would you like to drink? They are on the house for now. Well, come back to whatever that was.
That's right. I'm trying to think what wood I have. Probably. It's just going to be an ale for myself. One of the finer ales. To dress up, we might as well splash out.
Jofil, my darling, what would you like to drink?
A drink? Oh, no, wait, no, I want mead.
Mead you shall have. I order them both, that is. Drinks.
They don't necessarily have mead, but they have honey wine, which is pretty much the same thing. It's basically the same thing. They just don't call it mead. But your drinks are brought out to you. You can see Rashid kind of looks at you though, a bit like, you're buying some drinks.
I will return the favor now, whilst my companions discuss our next options. So I'll head on over to whatever closet I can get. Start up my dance on the oasis.
And you're welcome to climb into the bag of holding.
Not really my kind of thing.
I mean, if what I'm wearing right now is not fine enough for where you're heading, I'm afraid I don't have anything that will suit.
Oh, that can be arranged if Solab doesn't think your finery is enough. We know a very good.
Wait, is Sarab and her about the same size, or is she bigger than Sarab?
Who?
No.
Nor, yeah.
Isn't Sarab rather small?
How tall is Noor?
5'8".
5'5".
I'm thinking more, not really a height, more of like structure.
Fairly standard in the middle, curves in the right place.
Very thin.
So not really.
It could work.
I was like, well, Joyful was like, well, Sarab, can she try to decide something that you wear on? Because, I can't because I would be swallowed in it because, yeah, short. But, y'all are kind of the same height and kind of, well, you have boobs. But, we could put stuff. I don't think I'm saying the right thing, am I, Kai?
No.
Once I've come out,
No, she has a point.
I'll start up the dance.
Perfect. Can you roll me a perform dance?
That was poor.
You say,
That's
having
still a
rolled a
31.
31. Where's your bounded accuracy now? Yeah, your dance, you can tell you're not dancing that well. But to everyone else is, having a really fun time, really enjoying it. You got a fair amount of money being thrown by your feet, pretty much. So it looks like you'll be able to pay off this round and maybe the next.
I'll mage hand it up and hand it over to Rashid.
He smiles and gives a small nod.
You can keep the rest and we can pay for our next round if we happen to have another round. but I just ask a little favor from you instead for the extra money. If
And
anyone
what?
happens, go on, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say. And what would that be?
If anyone happens to ask about me or my compatriots, be sure to let them know that we're heading up to Uran. We need something over in the deep holds.
Yeah, he nods.
You piece of shit.
I was gonna say. Is it worth you rolling bluff?
I mean, I'm willing to let him know that it's a lie. I trust him enough.
I'll say he kind of just like raises an
Trust him to be able to
eyebrow.
lie about it.
But there are just some people we're going on holiday. I don't want it to be disturbed. You know?
I see. If anybody asks, so I'll tell them that.
Thank you, Mikalish.
He thanks you
Head
back,
back over.
Cash.
Head back over to the table. Still in my dancer's attire, though.
The context, Mia. Sorab's dancing attire, wearing only as much cloth as she has to.
I figured.
Yep.
The
It's
tag on the
basically belly
thong is
dancing.
more. Yeah, the tag on the thong is more than the fabric. You know.
So,
In fairness,
is that what you want me to wear tonight?
oh no, it's
No. Joyful kind of shows her outfit, which is way more conservative and sky blue and pretty. But it does kind of look like a child's dress in a way. It's kind of fairy tale looking.
By the way, for some context, there is still a fair amount of her torso still covered, and some of the short, very very short sleeves.
Sarab equal belly dancer confirmed.
It's not like it's actually surprisingly not low cut either.
Ah,
Got to keep it tight, you know, with all the moves and the dances.
yeah, makes sense.
No, my darling, this is more for special occasions such as the dancing, getting the attention onto me. I do not go to formal places looking like this. I will be getting changed into something more online with Joy here.
You have a blue dress too?
No, it's the same dress that I wore at the party. Although, do I wear my jewelry as well?
Do you have one
We're
of those
going to a dinner,
undergarments
not a
that
party.
makes breathe?
Oh, I didn't catch what either of you said because it said at the same time.
Ray, you go.
She was asking if you wear one of those undergarments that they pull you and they make it to where you can't breathe.
I do not need such a tool.
Oh, wait. Does that mean they're calling me fat?
I was not aware that you were wearing one.
Yeah.
I believe in your case it is more to tone in the muscle than any fat that you might have.
Oh. What's wrong with muscle?
There isn't.
Oh.
But most men seem to prefer, well, the figure after the corset.
Oh. Well, it definitely makes my boobs stand out. See? And she kind of shows her cleavage.
Again, another
Kai's just face palming.
perk, and another.
Is that why they call it perky?
Of course.
You're still needing to have that girl's chat with Joffiel, aren't you?
We can have it some other time. It is not good dinner table conversation.
Please. Before she drives us any more up the wall with
Wait,
naivety.
she looks over at Kai and's like, "Hey, I'm here."
I know.
Fucking brutal.
So,
She kind of gives him a grumpy face.
a fine dining tonight?
Do you reckon Noah's outfit is enough for one of the establishments that you know, or do you need to stop her by the tailors on the way there?
I take it is no wearing basically a kind of outfit that's in a picture of the bio-info thing.
I suppose, yeah.
It can do, but I'm sure we can do so much better.
Where do you think they're taking us, since you appear to be taking us up on the offer?
Oh, well. I thought since you were the one putting it forward that you had a place in mind, or
I tend to trust in you to know where the best locations for such things are. I don't much pay attention to, how do you call it, high society.
I just lean in and whisper. Not
Kai
like
shifted to actually Arcadian to say that for a moment.
fair enough.
He literally couldn't think of the words in Kai, so he shifted to Arcadian.
I'll lean towards Noah and whisper, I told you, he does in fact trust me.
Trust you to know about the workings of society, not trust you any further than that. I wouldn't say trust you any further than I can throw you, but I can probably throw you quite a long way, though not quite as far as the halfling.
Very true. Then again, I could assist you in your throw and be up in the air for 10 minutes or more.
Flying.
But I can have some place in mind, I'm sure. Would you all like to take our little Nora and surprise me with what outfit you bring to her? I will go look around for places to eat.
You want to take the halfling with you?
I could use the company.
Halflings know what's good to eat, so yep, I'll very happily go with.
Meet us at the tailors when you've decided the place. I know exactly where we're going to be taking Noah.
Okay. I shall meet you there.
Should I be scared?
No. This is where Kai and Joffrey got their outfits. Kai, I think the way I described it is it's a very nice blue shirt with dark brown, I think it's black trousers. Sort of actual finery rather than the combat outfit you've seen him wear before. One of the few times Kai hasn't worn black and greys. Although when he's in a travelling robes, it's all white because, desert heat.
Yeah.
I'll have, whilst they're heading out, get changed into the more formal attire, the crimson dress. And I suppose me and Toby and Saru will head on looking for some establishments.
Perfect. I'll say, is that where the kobold is going? No.
Yep.
Trying to find some nice establishments. Oh! Anywhere in particular you're looking for?
Food places more than...
Fine dining.
Yeah.
Fine dining? Fair. You managed to find a...
Preferably something that serves more Arcadian than necessarily a pure Kalish place.
Well, my friend, I was just about to tell you that you've come across the restaurant La Brisa de Mar. It seems as though
Seafood?
it is an Arcadian seafood restaurant.
I recognise the Mar. Marley. One of the few words of Italian I actually know.
I'm here, so
It's okay.
Yeah.
What
Outside,
Go, sorry.
I was going to say, it seems quite fancy. It's got nice chairs, parasols. You can see it's got a bit of the road almost cordoned off to form an outside sort of patio, outside seating area. And you can see inside it looks very nice. You can see there's cushioned tables, tablecloths, candles. Everything seems set up to make it look quite a fancy restaurant.
Does it smell good to the halfling?
Smells. I don't know. Do I just get to decide if it smells nice?
What's Tobolt's opinion of seafood?
It's quite nice.
It smells pretty good, unless, well, does it?
Yep. Are we all okay with seafood, guys? Nobody has any particular protest?
Joy feels already like sniffing the air, and like you see a really
Taylor's.
off their face. Oh, I thought y'all were at the restaurant.
No, you guys
Slab
are at
and
the
Lydia.
table. We're at the.
Mia,
Ah.
you're alright with seafood?
She would be.
Okay.
Joshua would be too.
I'd say the smells
With
of
it.
broiled salmon, cooked lobster, the fresh mussels. All of these smells assault your noses and blend in very nice with some nice spices, fresh salad dressings. It smells very nice.
Does this fit your appetite?
Yeah, very much. Sounds delicious. Let's go.
I shall make a booking, and then we'll go find the others.
Oh,
You know exactly where we are. Like, we split out those two to find the food, us to go get near an outfit.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go in. How much is it to have a booking for? I'll say 6 because I feel like Gorthon should be there as well.
Gorthon is probably tagging along. He's just, quite quiet.
Yeah, so I'll say a booking for 6.
You can see it's quite a fancy-looking elf done up in a suit. Small Botan goes, how many courses would you be looking?
I just look down at the halfling and realize what I've just made a mistake on.
18?
3. Oh, well, probably 5.
We're not there.
I thought my internet was crapping out, but no, it was just raised. We shall put it around. It is our last day, we should celebrate. How about you do 5 course?
Ah, yes, we do 5 course. That would be, you say 6, the standard seafood menu?
What else do you happen to have besides on the standard?
We have specialized fish, crustacean. Exotic, though exotic costs quite more. We get our fish imported from Arcadia, you see.
I see. And would we be able to take a look at the more specialized menu once we arrive, or do we have to choose now?
Generally, we cook it so that we can bring the food out as soon as your booking arrives, so that you're not sat around waiting.
I feel like we should... specialized fish, I think, would be a good middle ground.
That works.
If that is okay with you, Toby?
Yeah, that sounds excellent.
Ah, very well. We'll be having drinks included in this as well?
Oh, most definitely. May I peruse the drinks menu just for a guide beforehand?
Ah, yes, of course. You can see he picks up a leather-bound menu with a flourish and passes it to you.
I give a nod of very nice. Open it delicately and skim through.
Inside is crisp papyrus. Reading over it, you can see 10 or 20 different wines of each color. Rosé, some very nice Skargian ale. It seems pretty much anything you can think of. There's
Do they do cocktails?
Probably not on the not on the wine menu.
I was going to say there's a section at the back which is mixed drinks. It's fairly small, but no, there are a few on there.
I think I know what Kai's going to be ordering from.
Seeing just the choice, Muse can't even help herself. She bites her lip, revealing at least one of the fangs.
The server doesn't seem to respond. Keeps on smiling with a happy smile.
I gently close the book, hand it over. The choice is excellent. I believe we have made a very grand choice coming here.
Ah, yes. We are the best eating establishment in Alsace, after all.
Glad to hear. How much will this bring us to then?
I believe you said it was for 6 people?
Indeed, that is correct.
That will be 60 gold.
Easy.
I turn to Toby.
I've
So that's
Cool.
what, 1 platinum each.
Toby's gonna pull out like I'll pay for Gorthons as well, so I'll pull out 20 gold.
Fair play. I mean, Kaiser's probably going to pay in platinum.
There's me hoping you might have been a gentleman for me and paid for mine too.
Toby sticks his tongue out at Sarab.
Is it pay now or can we arrive when the booking arrives?
It's fine, we just pay for it now.
Fair.
It's 40 more. Yeah, I'll hand the 40 over. I'll out my handy haversack.
Well, you didn't pay for me, so I don't see why I should pay for you.
I'm a lady, is
Yep.
why.
And I don't care.
He takes the money and says, "And what name will this reservation be under?"
You can put it in the Muse.
I see. I will. MUSCA? Is that how it's spelled?
M-U-S-E.
Ah, yeah. He notes it down and says, "Your reservation will be all done. When were you looking at reserving?"
It's what, about 5 or 6 p.m. now?
About 5.
We'll be 5:30 by the time you find us and get back.
Yeah. Would it be possible to arrive and have everything ready by approximately 6 p.m.? Or is that too early?
We should be able to have the first course, or at least the starters, done by 6. It might take a while for the other courses to come out, but take your time, enjoy your food.
We most definitely will. Thank him in couch.
He looks a bit confused for a second, but he replies in vaguely broken Kalish.
I apologize in Arcadian and repeat the goodbye in Arcadian.
You can see he lights up when he does that, and he says, yes, good day, have a good evening.
And the Kalsastani apparently don't bother with the language.
Some don't, some do. Shall we go find our friends?
Yep. I suggest we do.
Does Toby have Toby has formal attire as well, doesn't he, for the party?
Yeah, he has what?
Formal attire?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if he did.
I wear pretty smart clothes most of the time anyway. But yeah,
fair
I
enough.
have.
We'll make our way.
Do sort of keep up his appearance.
I will take Once we arrive at the tailor's, then I shall take out the jewelry that goes along with my outfit and put it on. And meet up with him.
So, meanwhile, at the tailor's.
Yes, the tailors. Is it the same tailors you went to before?
Yeah.
What was that noise?
Yeah, what was that?
I think that was from Ray.
Jesus.
Wait, what?
Sounded like the Pac-Man death noise.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, it's the same tailors we went to before.
It's the same tailors. You can see it's getting a bit more business. You see a couple of people going in. Then, as you arrive, there's actually another group coming out. You can see they've just bought formal attire. It seems as though a fair amount of people are having the idea, since this is the last night of the festival, so to speak, to go out and enjoy themselves.
I lead the other two inside, I guess, if Joffrey coming in.
Yeah, Jojo's coming in. She's like, Nora, what's your favorite color? Like, 'cause I know this area like a little bit now, and I could try to help you. And oh my gosh, you got to get this little belt thingy that goes around your leg. It's kind of cute, but you put your daggers there.
All right.
Oh God.
I suppose that blue is usually my color.
You can match us.
Yeah, we're both wearing blue. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
well,
Kai's a dark blue. I'm not sure what.
Noor has like blue markings on her skin.
Yeah,
So
fair. Kai's wearing a dark blue shirt. I think Joffrey's dress is dark blue.
I think so.
Joe was wearing blue as well.
Yeah. I lead the two of them inside then.
For fair, leading them inside, as you can see, it's the same shop. There are two large rows of clothes, and you can see the same clothier is stood behind the desk. He's got his set of scales out already, and he seems to just be counting some money and weighing it and putting it behind the desk.
Is this the same person as before? Like Joffiel knows him?
Yeah, it's the same person.
Hi, you remember us?
Yes. You came to buy the dresses. I see you're. Are you wearing it now?
Yeah.
I see you're wearing the clothes. They look quite nice on you.
Thank you, and a little belt thing too. She lifts up her skirt and shows him the little belt thing that she really likes.
You can see he kind of like tries to look away.
Joffrey, it's. Let me have a little talking.
Oh, okay. Nora, you want to go look yourself?
Because of your excellent service last time, we've brought along a friend to get herself fitted for a blue outfit, similar formality to ours.
Oh, I see.
And I'd sort of gesture to Nor.
Noor is kind of looking around. I'm gonna assume there are dresses and outfits in the shop, like on display. And she's kind of looking at it all, a bit baffled.
I'll say yeah.
What we call high class outside of the Badlands. It feels a little roll off the tongue, but as an adventurer, it's society that apparently we're supposed to get used to.
All right, gotta do what you gotta do. It seems a bit unnecessary.
I mean, I totally get it, because, I don't usually dress up, but I'm telling you, you seem like you have so much more fun, and the waiters bring you more food.
All right. Sir, she talks to the shop owner. Do your thing.
You can see he just kind of gives like a reassuring smile, just like, do not worry, I've done this before. And he just pulls out a tape measure and starts taking measurements basically to make sure he gets the right size.
I'm gonna lead Joffiel away while he's measuring on more towards the men's section like Kai's bought before, and Kai's gonna be looking at a few different outfits and asking her opinion on them. Different colours, perhaps more formal, some less formal than what he's got at the moment. Partially trying to give Noah space, partially to hear her opinion on it.
The tailor takes your measurements, and once he's done, goes over to one of the racks and kind of goes, looking through, and pulls out a rather extravagant, dark, midnight blue dress. Is this to your liking, or is there something else you'd like?
That is a lot of layers.
Is it?
It's fairly fancy looking. Looks like the material's made out of silk and linen, so it looks quite light, but there is quite a lot of different layers.
Fair.
Is there some other material you'd like, or?
Honestly, I don't know. She gestures in front of her at what she's wearing is what I'm used to. Do you have anything a bit less? You know, she makes like big gestures with her hands.
Something a bit less extravagant?
Yeah. And maybe lighter?
He kind of thinks and is like, I might have something. He kind of...
Is the dress that he offered no similar in complexity to Joffiel's dress?
Slightly a bit more, almost a bit more like extravagant and more sophisticated.
Closer to Muse's outfit.
Yeah, Joffiel's is meant to, make herself look, lively and that kind of thing. This is meant to give more of a sophisticated look. You can see he kind of goes through the racks and is like, He gets to the end and is like, I might have something in the back. He dashes into the back and he comes back a couple of minutes later with this sapphire dress. It looks quite simple, but the colour is quite striking to the eye. It's got a bit of gold lining on it, but not enough to look overly extravagant. It just highlights the details. Is this something you're looking for?
I think that's. I mean, if it's. She's like wondering
Kai's
if it's
not particularly far away.
Yeah, she's like cocking her head on the side. She's actually wondering if she could fly properly, cast properly in it, run properly in it.
Kesto glances over and says, is something the matter with the outfit, no?
No,
Bless you.
I'll try it on.
Yeah, he shows you to a changing cubicle. Or points to one.
And as he does so, he says, it's breathable fabric. I shouldn't interfere with at least spellcasting and movement. Just in case.
To be fair, Kai's probably even seen Muse in her more formal attire still being able to fight and cast spells.
What does he say in response to the question?
Well, as to whether you can.
It's like, Kai asked, is it breathable fabric? Can you still move and cast effectively?
Yes, you should be able to at least. I have some in the back, which is, I have quite a few adventurers come through looking for something a bit more sturdy.
No, it's meant for special occasions where you're not expecting to get into a fight, but it shouldn't hinder you if the worst comes to the worst.
Alright. I mean, I should start getting used to the fact that you can expect a quiet evening.
I mean,
Taking a long
kinda.
time to get used to.
Just
We'll
just
talk
like
more
stuff.
over dinner. Kai just kind of pats Joffrey on the head and goes back to looking at the outfits and drawing her attention back over to those.
So Nord tries on the dress, which sounded stunning, by the way.
Yeah, the dress seems to fit not perfectly. It seems like there might have to be a little bit of tailoring done, but it seems to fit fine. The fabric seems breathable. It seems as though you can move. It doesn't seem as though it'll obstruct you in combat at all. It seems as though you'll be able to do everything you normally would be able to.
She moves a bit in it and turns to Kai and Jovial and is that good enough for where we're going?
How does it look on her?
Looks pretty good. Looks quite sophisticated, quite extravagant, but you can still tell that, it's simple and it has the purpose of still being able to be, well, actually fight and be able to do things in.
Looks great on you. Shouldn't be beneath what Salab will be taking us to. It's on par with myself and Joffrey here. And I know Salab's tastes. He will want to be the most eye-catching one in the room, so I think it suits perfectly.
You look prettier than
Are
the
you
rich people
saying
in
she's
town.
prettier than me? Well, she is.
I'm saying she's a peacock.
Would I have seen peacocks before?
Is there the equivalent of a peacock in the Badlands?
I mean, there is. It kind of
It's
uses
called
its
the dragon.
bright colors. Yeah, it uses its bright colors to lure things in, and then when they get too close, it just kind of eats them.
Okay. Then what Kai actually said. Okay, point taken. What Kai actually said was the Badlands word for them.
Not portraying a good image. Not
I
an
see.
inaccurate image.
I said with less teeth and more.
Less teeth? Really?
You know how they were back at home. Less teeth, more. Look at how fancy I am. I want everyone to look at how shiny my scales are.
A Fan Gazul.
That.
Fair.
I'm saying she likes to catch the most attention in the room, regardless of any opinions on the matter. Kai is being very diplomatic right now.
Oh, definitely, and I love it. It is a damn shame that Sarab isn't in earshot. But I love this.
Dogfield looks at her and just is like looks amazed. You look prettier than one of the rich people on the day of their funeral.
That's the
Oh,
wrong comparison to make.
But they do look really pretty. They dress them up really nice.
There's a sad occasions. This is a happy occasion. It's not equivalent.
Okay, I mean, you've never been to one of our funerals. They're kind of fun.
I'm
See?
not going to ask that now. But
Fun.
I would
You-
say
you-
more. I would say more courtesy at the coronation, but no, I wouldn't know what that is.
Corn or what?
I know the concept of it. I just never been to one, obviously.
I've heard stories, and well, Salab's described it a couple of times with her. I think she calls it silent image. Anyways, it looks good on you. Should be perfect for tonight.
I suppose I'll take it then.
I'm assuming they're just going to by default do the adjustments to make it work on her.
Yep. He once he sees that you like it, he asks you to change back, and then he sews it all up to fit your measurement.
Minton, over by the men's section we've been looking, is there any jewellery of any kind?
There's definitely some. There's some silver signets. You see a couple of signet rings.
Shit, I have an amulet already.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
I was gonna say an amulet of some kind, but I have something in my neck slot already. I guess something for the wrist, because Kai doesn't particularly want to get a ring.
There's some nice sort of bracelets. Seems to be there's woven copper into a nice intricate, almost sort of tribal looking style.
Not magical, right?
Nope, just fancy jewelry.
Okay. Can I? I'm not trained in knowledge local. I was gonna say, can I knowledge local to see if I recognize it?
It looks vaguely local. It looks like
not-
Kalish. Yeah, it looks like Kalish jewelry.
How's your feel? What do you think of these bracelets?
They're pretty. Well, I mean, handsome. I don't look for a guy, but they look nice.
Do I reckon they would go with this outfit, or should I leave them be?
They would look really nice.
Kai picks them up. Are you going to get anything of a little bit of jewelry for yourself?
I spent all my money on my boots.
Did she?
She is rather
Yeah.
broke now.
I am broke.
Shit, you are as well. Minton, how much are the bracelets?
Depending on the fancy one. The one you looked at is like 10 GP. It's not super expensive.
Here's your feel. Pick a set you like.
It's been too much.
Don't worry about it. This is at the end of the day. Mightily for you guys.
Can she find one that's just like his?
You can find a similar looking one that seems like it might match.
Okay. Does it fit her in any way, shape, or form?
It's one of those ones which you can like bend to close. So I mean, not at the moment, but seems like you'd be able to bend it, and it might.
Is the guy at the front able to adjust it for her?
It looks like he'd be able to, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to take both sets over to him and say, and with her say, would you be able to adjust these to make them fit my companion better? And we'll take these.
I should be able to make them fit. One for each of you, then. 10 GP each, so that'll be 20 GP.
Is he done with Noah's outfit at this point as well?
He's pretty close to being done.
How much is her outfit going to be?
Her outfit is going to be 30. Unless she wanted the jewelry to go with it.
Oh no, one thing at a time.
Does it matter if the jewelry's there? And I'm going to knock off the 20 gold.
Only if, like, trying to talk to nobles.
Fair, which we're not really going to be doing.
Wait, is hers a noble's outfit?
Courtiers.
Oh, okay.
So doesn't need to get the jewelry. Oh, yeah. I pay the price for the 2 sets of bracelets.
You do as such.
And I will pay the 30 for my dress. Which, as a player, I am delighted with.
I'm sure as a player you would have been delighted with the first dress, but it wasn't for Noah. And then I'm assuming he's going to finish with Noah's and then adjust Joffia's bracelets.
Yep.
Fair.
He does such a... Seems a bit hard to, like, fit on Joffiel, because...
You could probably get 2 bracelets out of that one for her.
Yep.
She little.
Does he manage to make it work?
He manages to in the end, and it does look pretty nice.
Is Sarab arrived by this point?
Probably. Getting all this done taken a solid 30-40 minutes.
Fair.
She kind of like looks really giddy at her bracelet. I've never had jewelry before, and she gives him like a little kiss on the cheek. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, except for holy symbols, but I mean, is that still the kind of jewelry? That's like,
Would Joffiel still be wearing her holy symbol?
probably.
Fair.
It's like part of her armor. It's like she always puts it on.
So,
I'm
yeah.
assuming Noah's changing into her dress.
Yep.
Yep. And then I guess Sarab and Toby arrive about the time that we're putting our bracelets on.
And Nora's walking out of the...
Why are you getting all dustied up? Is this for the evening meal?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
They were just being fancy.
Yep. I wanted to look at stuff with Joffiel so that Noah could have her time with the dress, but he didn't want to be rude and not pick anything up. The fuck it, jewelry.
So on
So does
arrival, go on.
Well, I was gonna say if Starbucks and Joycel's gonna like run up to her and say, "Look what I got me," and it's shitty, and it actually fits.
Oh, he's buying even more stuff now, is he?
It's just a bracelet. Pretty.
Mhm. I sort of just like boop her slightly on the nose. It is indeed very pretty.
I have to
So-
admit, I thought they would suit us, and can't just walk into an establishment like that without purchasing something.
Very true. And it appears I'm not the only one wearing jewelry now. Where is our sweet Noah?
About that time, I step out of the changing room, seeming a bit not sure if she's comfortable with this.
Oh, my sweet Noah, look how gorgeous you are.
Down
With
frog.
I head over, sort of like the two kiss on the cheek kind of thing, one on each side, and it's all like moving Noah around and like looking how it looks on her.
I take it this is acceptable.
More than so, my darling. This establishment is very good at what they do.
It still seems unnecessary just for eating, but I'll trust your judgment on that.
I remember that when we're in the league and required to interact with those who consider themselves above those who have no magic, it is very fortunate if you have such attire on hand.
By the way, for Noah's sake as well, Muse is in her party attire, which is a low-cut crimson dress that does indeed hug her figure, showing off her assets to the best of their ability. Her shoulder length, or just past shoulder length hair, is framed on the crown with a golden circlet, a gold necklace with a emerald adorning it, and a gold signet ring on her left little finger with a bat emblazoned upon it.
Well, I can certainly see the interest some might have in wearing such garments.
Between you and me, I'll hush my voice slightly, but I get a feeling Kai will probably still be able to hear anyway. Um, this type of attire is very good at getting what we want, if you catch my way of speaking.
Yeah, okay, here's this.
So what is Tobal doing?
Not really anything very much. He's not like he's just looking forward to getting his food in a minute. So he's kind of like impatiently stood in the corner, like imagine like an impatient toddler while their mum's out shopping. that's Toby at the moment.
Perfect image.
Nice.
So Toby's the toddler while his mum, he's not a toddler, he's like 6 years old, and his mum's, they went shopping and he was hoping it would be over quickly, but she's just run into some obscure friend that she met at the library that one time, and it's now having a conversation and they're talking about going over for coffee and stuff, and it's just like, oh god,
this is way too real. Far too real. I'm pretty sure I can literally account that exactly from my past.
Yep, I think we can all do that.
Every day at the local Walmart. Yup.
You are that mother.
No, I am not. I run into so many freaking students that are just like, hey, this window. I'm like, yay, I don't remember your name, but okay, let's do this. No, I am not that mom. I try to get it out of there. Actually, I have my groceries delivered to me now, so no.
Just to avoid the encounter.
I found out that my PE teacher lived in my local village at one point.
Wow. My old PE teacher taught my mum when she was at school.
Wow.
Anyway,
So,
we have booked reservations for one of the more finest establishments, and Toby was actually one to assist me in a great deal in picking the right location.
well, what have you decided for us? Let's start walking.
I give a nod over to the shopkeeper as well as we leave. Just
Yeah.
to acknowledge him, not to just come in, address my friends, and then leave.
And as we leave, I make a point of sort of just looking at the bracelets and mutter a thank you in Kalish to him.
He smiles and says, "You're welcome back," in Kalish.
Everyone is okay with seafood, are they not?
I am okay with food as long as it's food.
Along my end as well, but you can enjoy the more upper echelon of high dining in society.
So, like, do you
Oh,
mean seafood as in, like, I see food and I eat? Do you mean, like, seafood, like, coming out of the sea?
Fish.
thank you, Kai.
Fish? Oh, I love fish. They don't have a lot of that where I'm from. We got it, like, one time because this really weird dude came by with this really smelly fish, but we still ate it. Only one of us died. It was fine because we hated him anyway.
Jeff, your place.
I apologize on everyone's behalf for this little one and her.
Don't. She's
They do make-
adorable.
Indeed, they do make for some interesting tales, if not disturbing. But I
Really
suppose I couldn't even wish for her out of the sky, even if. Actually, no, I did end up. They came from the sky.
Not that you wish
Sorry?
for it to happen. Let's save such discussions until we get to somewhere we can sit in comfort.
Quite rightly so. Oh, speaking of, I would very much bequest 10 gold pieces from each of you for the reservation.
Kaiser reaches into his bag and pulls out 2 platinum.
I take.
Are we going to be spending that much money on food every day in Arcadia?
Oh, no. This is more of a fancy occasion, and the food is rather more expensive due to its imports.
I hand you the money.
Minton, how much is a meal normally in Arcadia? So Ab and I would know.
Oh,
What is that?
it depends on where you go.
Like, a meal in accommodation.
I imagine it's probably the same price-ish as Kalish, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 5 silver pieces.
Joyfield somehow pulls out some money out of her boobs that looks like it's been there for a little bit, but it is pink gold.
I'll take it.
Didn't Kai give you...
I just put my finger up to nose, lips. And then just give her a wink. And continue walking.
Kai's just grinning, he noticed. He's not going to say anything about it.
I has bought her silence.
That's for the trouble we've been to and the fact that you had to pull yourself away from the place to come and get us, it's worth the extra. Plus, you always need platinum to trade in.
Oh, you make me blush. Our reservations are... What time is it now? Like 5:30 to 5:45?
About 5:45. I'm presuming you guys have started heading off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started walking and talking. And as we walk, Kai's just going to say, how'd you feel? Yeah, and offer his hand for her to take.
He kind of blushes and takes his hand. Oh, okay.
Can I quickly have Sarul like grab hold of Kai's hand first?
Don't fucking try it.
Just give it a little tickle.
Don't fucking try it.
You can if you want.
Sarul would have done it.
Cyril make decks, Karoth make decks.
Well, she's not going in for attack to sap life out of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
just to
the-
avoid that.
Yeah, it's seeing who's more dexterous. Whether,
Is it reflex or just flat dex?
reflex.
Just flat decks for Sarul, I take it.
Yeah.
God damn it, my only
No.
flat spells don't do anything.
Damn, that was a roll.
Gareth, you kind of see Cyril like slowly reaching for your hand, like trying to be stealthy about it. But you've obviously noticed. You just kind of like lift your hand out of the way, and then presumably go back to holding up your hand for Joffiel.
Yep.
Rolls a natural 1.
Wow.
Wow.
Wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
The dice
suppose-
gods say no.
I suppose we'll just head over to our meal then.
You want to call break for me to deal with Dalek?
Yeah, we can call break.
Thank you. I
Right, a
will be
second.
back in 10 or 15 minutes maximum.
Okie dokie.
Good idea, because I'm about to put my hands all over raw chicken.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Even more scandalous if my husband is not home.
Not sure if that's a dog or like a child locked in the
Literally
basement.
the exact same thing I was thinking.
That is not a dog. Get off my sweet potatoes! Cat!
How much more close to Texan could you have been?
Get out of my pantry!
Get
You
off my sweet potatoes.
They're trying to eat my sweet potatoes. They're in my pantry. Get out! Out! Squiggers!
Pick him up and bounce him.
What are these?
I have raw chicken on my hands. I can't do anything.
What are trying to eat them?
Cats.
Cats.
Fucking why are cats trying to eat sweet potatoes?
Because they're in my pantry and they climbed up on the shelves and are trying to eat potatoes.
Well, yeah, but I've never fucking heard of a cat liking a sweet potato.
Okay, the cat, we bought little pumpkins to decorate with the kids, and one of the cats ate half, like, a part of the pumpkin. There's a hole. Ugh. It's okay, baby. We're gonna carve it, so it's okay.
The cat, that is. The cat.
They're up there.
At this rate, they're going to carve Sergeant Pepper.
Don't worry about it. We will carve that side. And I'm not sure which cat did it. I know Bad Kitty, but I don't know which cat did it. It might have been Meow Cat.
The owl cat?
Meow.
Meow Cat. Ray
I
calls
was
it.
gonna say, is an owl cat? What's that relative of an owl bear?
No, that's Sugar, but she calls her Meow Cat.
Fat cat.
Fat cat. Lazy cat.
Oh, I can't wait to stop aching.
Maybe you shouldn't have been to Oktoberfest then.
That's not what's causing me to ache.
You're 21 years old and complaining about aging?
Aching.
Aching. Like, my back aches because I haven't taken my arthritis medicine.
You know, my knees hurting me because I didn't take my leave today. Back off.
Did I just hear because I haven't taken my weed today?
A leave.
Oh.
Leave.
And I'm like, is this a medicinal marijuana state, friend?
No, it's not. Well, actually, it's. I don't know if it is or not.
I went bouldering like the other day before the other day, and I still ache. And we're going bowling on Friday.
That's still a thing?
What, bowling?
Yeah, bowling.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been bowling since I was like a kid, huh?
Yeah, last time I went bowling was with the university.
Like my grandparents used to go bowling in their bowling league. I think it's starting to become more of a thing. Like my school just got a bowling team.
I have
I mean,
Go on.
my university has an ultimate frisbee team.
Of course
the
you do.
The other Brit that is with me over in Germany does ultimate frisbee like Sundays and Wednesdays or something like that.
Gosh, y'all's generation's so weird.
Our generation is so weird. We just like sit around and eat avocado on toast. Am I right?
I saw a post earlier that said our generation will be remembered for wanting to die in memes.
Your generation won't be remembered because your freaking heads are always in your phone.
Our heads are always in our thumbs.
No, phones.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! If you're not taking your laptop everywhere, you're not being a true millennial.
Sitting in the Starbucks with your MacBook.
Yeah, sitting in the Starbucks, eating your free-range avocado on toast, drinking, a pumpkin spice latte, while you bitch about middle-class white girl thing.
Not to mention, like, you've got to make sure that you're in your Uggs.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to the meal that our group is going to have.
Oh boy, do I have a menu. I mean a paragraph, I mean a menu.
Oh god.
The thing is,
how long did it take you to plan that out?
Do you know how much Googling I had to do to find a fish-based dessert?
Oh.
Did you literally prep this entire meal on the fly this evening?
Yes. You know when you were role-playing with each other in the fucking,
tavern.
No, not in the tavern. In the fucking, what's its name?
Oh,
Taylor's.
the tailor.
The tailor. I was just fucking Googling fish-based dishes.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
See, Muse is okay with fish-based dishes. She'd prefer other things, but I think the fanciness and the extravagance is what sold her for this one.
Is it food? Can you eat it? Shortfield's game.
I mean, even on the fish menu, do they do desserts that aren't fish based?
It's a set menu.
Fair.
Dog.
We went for specialised fish, didn't we?
Yeah. Specifically, it turns out that some chefs have basically mixed a small bit of it into, cake.
It's kind of like doing a crab cake.
Yeah, it's like a crab cake, but, chocolate flavored.
Oh.
And apparently, not as fishy.
Yeah, maybe this meal will be a bit better than for the food wise anyway.
Dog, what are you doing? Stop.
Being a puppy.
Being a puppy. It's like you're almost a year old, dog. Grow up.
Yeah, dog, get a job.
He doesn't do anything around.
Fucking 2 generations ago, you were running around on the farms, working manual labor, and now you're sitting around drinking water out your bowls and eating avocado toast. I don't know.
I think probably 2 generations ago, he would have been in Germany hunting badgers.
Back in my day, your kind.
Freeloader dog.
He's a hunting dog, which is why they never win the dog shows. You have these majestic hunting dogs, and then here comes the dachshund. I'm like, really? He's never gonna win.
I saw a dachshund at the shops today.
Oh, did you?
Almost the exact same coloration as Papa's.
I'm going to point out now, because the amount of time that that word is said. Dachshund. Dachshund. God damn! I've stained my tongue for long enough.
It's a dachshund.
Dachshund.
Not a dachshund.
Stay some more, you piece of shit.
Dachshund?
It's a dachshund, yes. A goddamn dachshund. With that, be right back.
I've owned 3 of the suckers. They're ducks. Oh, baby. Or wieners, if you want to call them wieners. Hi, wiener. Hi. I have a meanie weenie. Oh.
A meanie weenie. What?
We don't judge you because you're a meanie weenie. Miniature dachshund. That's why I called my last dog Vienna, because she was a miniature dachshund.
Vienna sausage. And the one before that was Frank.
Frank Footer. Yeah. He was a full wiener.
Is it bad if you said Vienna and then all I thought of was winged hussars?
Be so glad that Umbra's not here at the moment.
My housemates have commented on that because that's my morning alarm. So at like 7 a.m. in the morning, my phone will just start blaring at the top of its speakers when the winged hussars arrived. My housemates do not like my morning alarms. Every single one of them is a Sabaton song.
God.
I mean, what is
okay?
it? Fed Slag gets a lot, Got Mittens, and fucking winged hussars.
Sorry, I went to make a cup of tea and fucking catastrophe of catastrophes. The electric kettle's broken.
Oh shit.
So I had to boil a pan of water on the hob like a fucking savage.
Sounding so British there.
Oh, what did I miss?
Monkey's kettle's broken.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
had to
no.
boil a pan of water on the hob like a savage.
You know what get made fun of my comments about my sweet potatoes called Southern.
No,
Yep.
it was the accent. It was the accent that made it sound southern.
Uh-huh. You can't sound not Southern without saying sweet potatoes. If you're a Southerner, okay? You just can't. There's another word too I can't say without sounding Southern. I don't.
Go on then.
I don't remember what it is, and I also sound Southern when I get upset or aggravated. So don't start with me.
I mean, the word computer, when said by Southerners, as in British Southerners, makes them sound very, very Southern.
What? Computer?
Computer. When you pronounce the T in computer.
Ah, yes.
Computer.
I do enjoy going down to the library to use the public computer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I do enjoy getting hand cancer from the public computers.
Wait, how would you get hand cancer from a public computer?
Because you
keyboard.
see, some filthy plebeians don't wash their hands before using the public
You say
computer.
filthy Swabians?
Filthy plebeians, yes.
Okay, I had filthy Swabians.
I mean, Swabia was also, like, degenerate. Bavaria is Lord and Savior. Bavaria owned Austria for, like, 500 years.
You were Swabians degenerate because I was shit at EU4 and couldn't beat you in a war. Despite having every advantage.
You guys talking about hand cancer, by the way, has just reminded me. Have I told you the story of how I fooled someone into thinking I got hearing aids from dialing up a phone sex line?
Man, it's bad enough that, you know, AIDS is a thing, let alone, like, specific kinds of AIDS, like cancer.
Like, super AIDS.
And hearing aids.
They said.
No, Minton,
because-
neither
Well,
par
well,
is
we
not
don't know.
allowed in this game.
It's the
What?
vaccines, I'm telling you.
The autism was coming from.
Yeah, but probably also AIDS. I mean, who knows what big
It's all in the
quantum
blood.
governments are putting in.
It's the chemtrails that are turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Hey, Minton,
Yeah.
how to break an anti-vaxxer? Tell them it's a vaccine against autism.
Jesus.
God. Now, when you said hand cancer, I'm thinking of what other people do with their computers that involve hands. And I was like, why would somebody do that at a public computer? That's
I mean, people also do that at public. You've never been into a British library at like 3 in the morning.
No, I've been to my school library very late at night and have study rooms. You don't use the study room study.
I mean,
Oh, God.
Hey, Ray.
What?
I'm gonna send something to your Skype.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What are you sending me?
Can we
Look at your
not have Kai and Joe feel RP right now?
This is what I'm fucking sending you. So,
It's just the fact that we heard like yes, no, yes, no, yes.
I swear if
Fuck's
this is
sake,
still
Amber.
recording right now.
oh,
Oh my god! I didn't realise because I just made the fapping noise talking about public laptops.
don't worry. Whenever you get off to Minton's DMing.
I mean,
Because
if I'm
Minton will
that
never
good,
kill your character.
Is my mic actually that sensitive? I
yeah.
thought I was getting away with it the entire time.
No, we heard it.
Well, I'm flattered that you didn't bring it up and make it awkward.
Make what
Oh.
awkward?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Perfect
What
timing.
did he say?
You just have to watch the
Nothing.
recording to find out.
Yeah, is it still recording at the
Oh,
moment?
yes.
Okay.
Oh
then this
boy.
is- well, there was a lot of that has been said.
Anyway, jumping back into the game.
Yes.
Is Ray done with her chicken?
Yeah, well, yeah, not enough. I mean, I haven't cooked it yet.
If Muse ever ends up going to the Badlands, she will have her nickname changed from Muse to Farnguzzle.
So, what?
Farnguzzle is a carnivorous peacock / anglerfish thing.
Ah, yes, a farm guzzle.
Yeah.
You full of shit.
So that's
Ah, yep. You arrived a couple before your reservation. You can see the tables have all been set up. There's a decent number of people around, though it seems quite quiet. It seems as though they can only support like 3 or 4 groups at once.
I will ask Cyril to keep her eyes peeled for anything that I don't want to disturb us. Through the impact.
Cyril nods and goes to lurk in the shadows and or underground. As you arrive, you can see the elf which greeted you before smiles and says, "Ah, you're here for your reservation, yes?"
Indeed, we are.
Ah, well, it's the group of 6, yes. Your table is this way, he says, and he shows you towards a rather extravagant-looking table, carved wood flourishes, decorated with a very nice red tablecloth, and you can see sat 3 on each side, and set up is about 4 forks and 4 knives on each side.
Jesus.
They even made the tablecloth match myself. It's a fine establishment indeed.
Hi. Why do they have so many forks?
A very good
How
question.
many courses? How many courses did you book us in for, Salab?
I start like counting on my fingers, like 1, 2, 3. Looked at Toby. 4, 5. About 5.
And that would be why.
There's a single spoon right up at the top.
I'm not doing all them dishes.
You don't have to. This is what we pay them for.
That thing's coming. I mean, I can
All
use
we
the
have to
same.
do is sit and enjoy the meal. This is Arcadian comfort. They generally use magic to handle any mundane task.
I was assuming that they'd keep to these traditions. Do remember, we are still in Kalasasani right now.
I don't see why they would not.
The server just looks at you and goes, "Don't worry, we serve everything by hand. There's no need to worry."
Oh, we were more talking about the washing up, but thank you.
Oh, we clear the plates away as well. You nearly need to sit down, and if you require anything, raise your hand.
Are there drinks menus on the table?
There are indeed, and
Awesome.
as he sits you, he says, "What would you like to drink for your first drink? Your first course will be out in about 5 or 10 minutes."
Kai's gonna want the chance to look at the drinks menu. What cocktails are there?
There are a decent few. There's coffee liqueur with sheep's cream. What else is there? It's a strong, almost sugar-made one. It says it's sugar liqueur mixed with mint and lemon juice.
DJ.
So, is there any specific kinds of cocktails you're looking for?
So personal preference when I go out is a mocktail, not a cocktail, but Kai doesn't have the reservation about alcohol. I tend to get more think fruit punch kind of. I think it's called a Malfi Sunrise.
Yes. There's something similar. It's a there's one. It's sugar syrup, oranges,
Yeah, this looks. Hang on, I will post it.
and
Brand Barsney 101.
and agave nectar liqueur.
This is
They
Joyfield
call
will
it
take one, whatever of Kai orders.
They call it the Okushimi Sunrise.
I'll take one. Apparently Joffrey's taking one as well.
But he takes your order and says, yes. And what about you, fine madams? He says, looking to Sarab and Noah.
I'll ask the question in chat. I don't know if it's sent through if my internet connection is.
You have said nothing, friend. R.I.P. Umbra.
You have said nothing. There it is! Rip Umbra.
Marco.
Polo?
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's.
Rip Umbra.
I will trust your judgment on what to drink.
Marco?
Polo.
I think Umbra's dead. Mew says, Ursk, Gufux Bug, Vermop Guffin, Hong Kong, put open square bracket Kung.
I suppose we'll have that then.
Right, I'm back, sorry.
He can see that Refresh the sign. So he looks over to you, Tobon, and goes, and what about you, my friend, sir? What will you have to drink?
Can I have some mead?
Ah, yes, yes. So we have some very nice meat. It's been aged for quite a while, made from bees found in the Feywild.
I'll have whichever one you would pick for yourself.
Ah, of
I'll
course.
have whichever one you'd pick for yourself. We're back to Irish, by the way.
Is Amber
So-
back? Rip Amber, time to continue without the peacock.
Yeah, I'll take that as a no.
Srab orders something pretentious and fancy, probably.
What is no gonna have?
I was
Don't forget pedantic. Probably pedantic as well.
No, we'll have some white wine. Don't ask her to be more specific than that.
Look, give her a good Riesling. That's a good white wine.
Something that goes with the food.
Right, that's Riesling. That'll go good with fish.
Oh, we just lost him
don't know.
entirely.
I don't eat fish. The extent of my knowledge is usually white wine with fish, but
Merlot is really good with fish.
Is that the return of a drunk?
Indeed.
I say I like Riesling
without
with
the
fish.
alcohol.
you
Amber,
missed.
best wine to have with fish.
I actually haven't had wine with fish before, so I
A
don't know.
nice,
Merlot.
sharp, dry white, I
But the
think.
thing,
Merlot pairs
he's a
best with
drunk,
fish.
not a wino.
I am actually a big fan of wine.
Yeah, just red wine, and that doesn't go well with fish.
It's normally a
It's
crisp
usually
wine.
a classic of white wine with white meats, red wine with red meats is the general rule.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a Riesling, Pinot Grigio, and Vendel, even if you want to go
Any
like
kind
really
of
dirt poor.
fantasy white wine that they have.
Give her a Riesling.
wine.
That is right wine. White wine is the right
Don't worry,
wine.
we have
apparently.
this question all the time. I'll bring the wine that pairs the best with the meals.
There you go.
We'll also be providing with every course. We'll provide a wine that pairs best with that particular meal. For you, I'll bring out the one that pairs best with the starter. He said,
Thank you, Arcadian, once more.
"Ah, yes, you're welcome."
Stadium Arcadium.
Oh, by the way,
I can't remember the common that Noor would have learned is fairly different from Arcadian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So effectively, common is like a trade cant.
Yeah.
If you think of common as like Esperanto, only people who really need to learn Esperanto. Unless anyone here is secretly an Esperanto speaker, in which case, congratulations.
Nope.
Joy can barely speak common that's used in this area, so
I will explain to the party. The words I used was a simple, gratuitous remark in Arcadian.
Kai speaks fluent Arcadian, so this should be fun.
Takes about a couple of minutes, but some more servers bring out your drinks and put them down with a smile.
Well, to
is
the
it
next
just
step.
drinks or is it food?
These are just the drink.
Oh, okay.
So disappointed.
There's fruit in your drink.
That is fruit in there.
I sent a picture of it in Discord, right?
Okay, I'm on my phone, so it's hard to see it.
I lift up the
He
drink.
basically ordered some tequila sunrises.
I lift up the drink and say, to the next step of our adventure then.
Joyfield picks up her drink as she's eating the fruit out of it.
Give a clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
To new company.
interesting company.
It's a fun company.
And most definitely so.
Meanwhile, Toby's already halfway through his first drink and is tucking into his food.
I think the food's come out yet.
The food.
Yeah, he's
at
in the
this-
kitchen.
I say at this point they do bring the food out, and you can see it. Looks almost quite interesting. It seems as though it's, from what you can see, it's smoked salmon with some salmon roe caviar on rather nice bread. You can see it's been freshly baked. You can see it's still almost quite warm. It's like toast, but it's just come out of the oven. It's that fresh. It seems to be drizzled with some kind of oil, and you can see there are like little bits of herb floating in the oils. Here is your starter, and here is some wine that pairs well with it. The servers bring out bottles of wine and glasses and pour a glass of wine for each of you.
Excellent.
I don't know what this is, but it smells good.
I'll assist Noah in the easiest way to how to heat it.
I know how to eat. Thank you.
They have very fancy and different ways sometimes, and not everyone is, looking at Jovial, aware of how to eat such fine dining. in the
Joyfield's
current
done fingered this bitch and has been shouted down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Can we assume that Kai's figured out how to actually eat this properly?
I'd presume Kai would know how.
Yep.
So, we are established to Arcadia next. But what shall we accomplish once we arrive in Arcadia?
I don't know. Why are we going to Arcadia again? To eat helpful food.
The initial idea was for you to find some buyers for your unique coins.
Oh, yeah. I still have a ton of those, so maybe I'm not as broke as I thought.
But in the same sense, we have found far easier and quicker avenues to make money as a group.
I mean, yeah, but still, that's more money we can make to help with more stuff and to help more people.
It is more about efficiency, young Jofio. If we can make 1,000 in a day or 500 in a week, I know which one I'd rather pick.
Yeah, I suppose so.
The other avenue is sightseeing. I would not mind going back to Dinus, especially taking Toby here, as I think he'd very much enjoy it. And before I get interrupted, yes, there is also the account of following the trail for our beautiful Nor's mother.
She nods in your direction. She's
I would
now
think that's
eating the
yourself and they're, like,
food, and it
compliments,
is the best food that she's ever had.
Same for
Kai notice her
Joyfield.
reaction to it?
She is completely silent. And just like,
Minton, I'm assuming Kai would notice the reaction of Joffiel and Noah to the food.
Reaction of Joffiel.
And Noah to the food.
Ah.
I mean-
Rosson's motive.
I was going to say, can I roll perception? So,
You can look at their face.
because
Yes, my friend. But merely being able to see their face does not mean you understand their face.
3 deep 5 me.
The Human Face is the hardest book to read.
'Cause it's not a book. Slithering lesbian.
It looks, they look like they're enjoying their food.
In different ways, clearly.
Kai just grins and raises his glass and a toaster moves and goes back to his food.
Kai, is there more of this? We figure out how to make this?
I don't know. Is there more of this, DM?
4 more courses?
Set menu. So
I
probably
was gonna say there is not more of this one. However, once you all seem to have finished eating, they take away the plates, and about 5 minutes later, they bring out another plate. This one you can see are covered in large metal domes that, whenever they lift them up, clouds of steam come out, and they put down the plate, and you can see it's some kind of white fish with laid across asparagus in a sort of trellis pattern with some what seems to be white sauce that you can smell has a hint of wine coming from it. And once again, they bring out another bottle of wine that pairs well. And the server comes up and says, this is steamed halibut from the northern coasts of Arcadia, served with homegrown asparagus with a creamy white wine sauce. Please enjoy.
that actually sounds pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it does as well.
If you say
Sorry,
so.
Joyful actually picks up a fork this time.
She is learning. How delightful. So,
If that was
is
a slur against me, I don't care. This food is so good.
So is there anything else aside from chasing a trail and partying that we would also like to accomplish over in the League?
I wouldn't mind getting out into the wilds of Arcadia and seeing what we can do as tasks as a group. That's
Ooh, that's like adventure. Fun.
at the end of the day, you know the League better than I do. That I got much of a chance to spend time there last time. And Kai switches to Arcadian and says, "Please, let's make this trip last longer this time."
Again, in Arcadian. I have far more money to spend this time.
And just still going to get rid of it quicker. And switches back to common.
Again, also in common, switching back to common. Plus, still looking at Kai, like continuing the conversation. There is something I do want to actually explore in Arcadia that shouldn't require me to spend all my money like last time.
What would that be?
Well, it's something that crossed my mind when Nor came along. We're going to have to search for a lot of information. 50-year-old information in some cases. I'd like to catch up on some reading that I have not managed to get to in many decades.
Oh, which one are you looking for in Arcadia?
The same thing I did before we met. Preferably, let's just say, a very similar goal that Noor has.
The fetchling.
No, not the fetchling. The one that you don't like.
The Ifrit.
I was more meaning the fact that you hate the undead so much.
Oh, that one. It's been a while, my apologies.
Each to their own, indeed. I wouldn't mind seeing if I can find a betrayal myself now that Noor has made me think about him again.
If possible, I'd like to look in on at least trying to find out some information on the current state in the Badlands or what he is capable of, since it looks like that's caught up with us and we're going to have to deal with it sooner or later. Because I'm not sending Noor here back to fight him on our own.
All help will be appreciated.
As little as I would ever want to step foot into the Badlands, I suppose it could be an interesting endeavor.
I can... It's what? Scrying, that you call it? And I can give them pretty much all the information that they need to picture him.
Ruby, is there anything you would like to find, information-wise, in Arcadia? They have the largest libraries in the world.
Manga.
Right?
Toby's just enjoying his food.
Tobod is apparently stuffing his face, not paying attention.
Or did
And
he
is that-
actually disappear to the kitchens?
With his stealth rolls, I never know.
Said Minton.
Mm-hmm.
Arcadia, does it have many ruins out in the wilds?
To an extent. The thing with Arcadia is obviously as magic became, more and more refined, the country became more and more centralized. So not only will you find ruins of ancient civilizations out there, as they rose, they fell, that kind of thing. You'll also find just settlements that have been abandoned because everyone just moved to the cities.
So if we wanted to, we could go ruin delving.
Yeah.
Just get away from society for a few days, delve into some ruins.
Depending on which ruins, you might not find much. You might find, a couple copper pieces and some farmer leaving behind, his farming tools whenever he realized, wait, I don't need to be a farmer anymore. Or you might, find, the crumbled remains of, a wizard's tower after an experiment went wrong. Or something near the coast that was destroyed during the war.
An experiment going wrong? Nah, never.
You can find good ruins, and then you can find jank ruins.
If you guys would be up for a several-day trip into the Arcadian wilds, I wouldn't mind doing some ruin delving and attempting to make a profit from those.
I suppose this train of living needs...
It sounds like such a cool adventure. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I'll finish
That
my dish
asparagus is very nice.
swilling the wine around.
It's very nice, dry wine.
Sip the rest back. You know my
Hello.
opinion
Sorry,
on...
I think everything broke.
No, sorry.
Welcome back.
You know my opinions on the wilds, but maybe it could be good for me to spend a few days out of civilization.
And the question was asked to Toby while you were gone, Monkey. What does Toby want to do in Arcadia?
Have we finished our food?
We're still midway through, but we're a few dishes in.
Are we on the second or third course?
You're on the second.
Okay. So we're on the second course, Monkey.
Okay.
Probably finishing the second course at this point.
I'm not really sure. I don't think there's anything Toby super wants to do.
The few suggestions that are out there are some people are going to be going to look for some information. Kai's suggesting a trip out into the wilds to do some ruin delving. We're going to try and pick up the thread on what we're going to expect if and when we go to the Badlands.
Sure.
Partying at Dinas.
Laestrus.
Laestrus, sorry.
That seems like a good shout to me.
Muse did end up asking if there's any type of information specifically that you wanted to find when you were over there, since the League has some of the largest libraries in the entire world.
I think before we rush into it, we should see, while we're doing our own information gathering at the library, if we can find any information on these guys' homeland.
It is a very good shout, actually.
I feel
But-
like I am missing part of the story here.
Minton, when about is the third course coming?
That is just what I'm about to get onto, friend. They take away your plates, they tidy up, and then they bring out the third course, which you can smell from quite a far way away. It's a rather strong smell. It smells quite nice, quite salty, almost the fresh scent of the sea. And when they bring it and put it down in front of you, you can see it's some kind of fish which seems to have been soaked in saltwater brine, so to speak, with couscous with little bits of tomato and basil within the couscous. The server approaches and says, "This is a slow-brined monkfish with organic couscous with small bits of tomato and basil maintained by our gardeners."
I fucking love monkfish. So good.
Proper monkfish.
Innit?
I thank you, in Arcadian.
Once again, he thanks you back and nods his head. They bring out the wine, they pour you another wine. This one is a rather mellow, almost. The taste lingers in your mouth for this wine.
Kai has not been drinking the wine. This is probably about now he's going to progress his second drink.
So wait,
Having much time.
what is the basil and tomato? I don't understand. I don't know what those are.
You would call it basil, you fucking heathen.
I know.
Once the waiter has left, just because you can never be too careful on Nur wanting to know about the others, and they are the reason why we've mentioned a few different things and why she's curious. Well, not why she's curious, but is there any ulterior motives that she might have in knowing about these guys' secret?
I mean, it's a nat 20, I can answer, right?
Yeah.
No ulterior there seems to... She seems to be telling the truth.
I can't tell, it's just in a character.
Yeah. Mostly she seems to be curious and want to know more about her new companions, and to be a bit nosy and enjoy living through other people's drama.
Toby or Joy, would you, if you so desire, to impart on your origins, if you want?
Well, I was born on a farm to two simple people. My mother and father, they're both still alive. They're both retired,
Oh, no, they're not, but...
living on a small farm. On the farmhouse on the land, they have someone managing the farm for them now. I occasionally send money home, and I got bored of farming life when I was pretty young, and just wanted to do something a little bit more interesting. So here I am, stealing money, killing people. It's fun. I like it. It's different from tending sheep and pigs and growing tobacco, which my family also does.
Hey.
Well, Tobold is named after, you know, the weed in the ring is called Old Toby, like some of the best.
My sense
who Toby's
motive
named
is
after.
plus
No.
2.
So,
Yeah, that's a 10. I am not.
So Toby's not.
I'm a bit confused.
He's really not the kind of. He's really not the kind of super edgy orphan who is out to seek revenge and bullshit. His parents are fine. He sees them very rarely. He sometimes sends money home just to help them out and stuff, but for the most part, they're pretty fine. They're pretty okay.
Well,
Like his story is not interesting at all. He started out just in petty crime before someone, like a crime boss, realized, like a gang member, saw that he was pretty good, and so, yep. So got taken on, and that's where he learned all of his cool shit.
Don't worry about your sense motive, they told me. Other people in the party can do that for you, they told me.
You broke quite a bit there.
Oh. I was saying, don't worry about your sense motive, they told me when I made my character. You don't need that, others can do that for you.
To be fair, yeah, he told the truth though. Told the truth. That he did.
Toby really is genuinely got quite a boring backstory. Like,
it's just the fact that those poor parents of his probably no longer a thing anymore.
He just elected to leave out the frozen wasteland and falling from the sky.
Not
Toby still likes to believe. I guess he is an orphan now. Man, he's become the edgy character he always hated.
Jovial?
Garfield was kind of looking at Toby and he's like, "Wow, your parents are pretty old now."
Wow, I never knew you were so boring.
No, this is like, no, that's really cool. Your parents live that long. I know mine are dead, beyond dead. But I come from a farm.
Down under.
I come from a farm that we kind of did a little bit of everything, plants and animals, and yeah, I had a lot of brothers and just a lot of brothers, and I lived there until I decided to go be a paladin and work for the guard in the city, because yeah, my mom had this whole notion of me marrying this dude, and this dude was like ugly. Like, imagine a dog's butt, but the butt is like in a tornado and it's being chopped into pieces by like some obscure rusty sword. That's what this guy's face looked like. And he was old. Like Toby's parents apparently must be by now. He was just ugh. And he had this smell about him that would make you want to go hug that same dog's butt.
So what you're saying is he was a man.
Well,
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Are we just doing this now? You're just bringing me. Like, when does Chumbawamba come along?
No. I met a lot of nice men. My father was a very nice man, and even some of my brothers were. And Kai's nice guy. But yeah, he was.
I take a swig of my wine.
I kick him under the table.
I was joking,
Pebbles.
Jovial.
Zarab.
Oh, okay. I don't do jokes really well. When we were growing up, we had different jokes.
I still kick Zarab under the table.
Yeah, I'll take that. I deserve that.
Oh, do you want to hear what I did to my brother Doyle one time?
I get a feeling it might not be dinner time conversation, Trofield.
Let's focus on the story of how you got to here rather than.
Oh, right. Well, I went to the city, and it was my first day on the job. Oh God! And she takes like a huge sip of her drink, a huge sip of her drink,
Kai
and then
wraps an arm around her.
it's like I I kind of messed up and let these people in to see the person I was supposed to be guarding, and that guy kind of died. And when I say kind of died, like he got his head pretty much ripped off, and yeah, and then I kind of got kicked out of the guard because the same people were like, "We're taking over," oh, and so then I had to like leave, and then I ran into yeah. She kind of like thinking for a second, and he's gone too. But yeah, I ran into this group of people who said I can come with them because I had been kind of studying their ship because I'd never seen one. I've just seen one in the books, and it was really cool. And then me just exploring their ship became me here now. So that's me.
From our end, we were on a job out guarding a caravan in the middle of the desert. Some place near my home. We were meant to look after the caravan whilst I don't have my notes, so I can't remember names. Noel and then Ifrit that we met on another job were investigating inside some ruins. When lo and behold, we heard and saw a shadow falling past. We look up to see this airship like I had never seen before, with half of it missing, rotted and ruined, and somehow these managed to survive the wreckage. Apparently, they come from the land.
Down under.
Quite literally, yes, Toby. On a map, it is at the bottom half of the map where arcane rumor and hearsay, myths and legends, there is a large barrier that prevents anything from getting in or out.
While Sarab's talking, Toby waves to the waiter and signals for him to come over.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
He whispers quietly in the waiter's ear, and the waiter is going to scurry off.
Can I take 10 on my perceptions and too late to get up, which would be a 26?
Sure, roll stealth.
Sure, I'll be interested in this. Probably gonna fail against Toby's stealth.
I mean, he could not one.
I think using that one still beats that.
I also have a +2 in perception, so that's a 9.
No.
I hear nothing.
Can you roll stealth, Miss Tobald?
Yes, somehow. Like my character sheet will actually open. There we go. There you go.
Also,
Yeah,
that
it's
die is really rolling like crap. I'm switching.
No one hears a thing.
No one hears a thing. The waiter looks confused. And
The waiter, obviously. I'm making it clear to the waiter what I want.
okay.
Minton check Discord. So.
I did.
Okay.
He definitely looks confused.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Monkey, why is your icon what it is?
Why would that be a problem?
I've only just noticed what it is.
Do you
Wait, is
recognise
this
it?
on the?
Yeah, I know who it is.
I
Need
don't
some
know.
help with translation there, Tobald.
No.
Um,
Does the waiter not understand my language?
He doesn't seem to understand your language. No.
That actually plays into the joke really nicely. Okay, so because Sarab was saying that we came from a land down under, I was asking the waiter for a Vegemite sandwich, but the line before that is, I said, "Do you speak my language?" So it actually plays into the joke rather well. So although I'm not getting a Vegemite sandwich, I'm pleased.
So what is that avatar? Now that I'm saying my avatar's back to nothing.
It was an old joke from a fan site we were part of.
I see.
So
It's about this time that the once you finish your plates are clear away and the fourth course is brought out. It seems very interesting. You can smell the very strong flavors as it's brought out. You can smell definitely a very fishy smell, but then also the scent of like almost cheese. And bring it out, you can see that it's some sort of fish, but it's a large chunk that's been cured with boiled runner beans and seems to have been sprinkled with lemon juice and little bits of cheese. The waiter comes over and says,
That actually sounds really good again.
"This is seared dire shark with
Ooh.
goat's cheese and fresh lemon juice just picked from the trees. Please enjoy."
We chef.
wait, so dire sharks are a thing?
Yes.
I wish I'd known that before I went swinging around in the rigging in my very first game.
Dire crocodiles are a thing.
Probably dire everything is a thing. This
Yeah, it
is
gets pretty dire up
Pathfinder.
here.
True.
I mean, dire squirrels are my favourite.
From what we've been able to
Dire
determine,
raccoons.
there were 4 beings of power beyond even us back in the old world, who I believe we've heard referred to as the generals. They decided they were going to take over, and some of the artifacts were apparently on the island where they came from, and that caused a icy apocalypse. And then God transported them 2,000 years forward in time, and here we are.
I believe it was
Oh!
2,000.
Was it 2,000? 2,000 was. My apologies.
Well, that's different.
If you're wondering which god directly got involved, it was Ollie Damara.
Is
God of
religion
chaos.
is religion a skill?
Knowledge
Knowledge
religion is.
religion.
Yeah,
Knowledge
non-religion.
religion. Ooh, I give a wonderful +2 to that. Hey, 12! It's my first
God of-
roll above a 10, or at 10.
God of chaos, frickery, practical jokes, Frank. Generally, if things go wrong, it's like, Ollie Damara.
God of
Like,
pranks?
Yeah,
Started an
you-
apocalypse.
Apparently, the cleric that these guys used to have with them decided it was a great idea to give a god of chaos and planks powerful magical artifacts.
If there ever was, the biggest practical joke I have ever seen is starting an apocalypse on a world.
Did you ever hear stories, Noel, of an island to the south with a divine barrier completely blocking all access?
Would I?
No, maybe? I mean, it's not a divine barrier.
I mean, Kai heard about the barrier. Well, Kai heard about the island with the barrier as he was growing up in the Badlands. It's one of those tales passed down.
And I guess I would have too, most likely.
Maybe, yeah, you might have heard like some rumors like, there's a magical island.
From as far as we've been able to determine, based on our geography and maps that we've managed to see, that's where they came from.
From the magic island from children's stories.
That's the one. It appears on maps, but no one knows the way in because of the barrier around it.
Huh.
It's a magical storm, specifically.
She would know better.
Anyone that dares to try and get in gets shipwrecked.
Unfortunate.
Apparently that thing has been whirling for millennia. Which puts our friends here at over 2,000 years old.
Well, you certainly don't like it. And don't look like it. Sorry. Words are hard
Transported forward in
at this hour.
time. Transported directly forward in time by Ollie Daimler. It's as if they didn't age at all in the intervening years. But if we go by chronological age, then they make even Soap here look young.
I mean, Gotham, even without his 2,000 years, still out-ages me.
That's ageist.
It is true. But we are keeping this information for the most part more private. Who knows what type of people out there would love to find out information about an unknown region.
Understandable.
Which could also be an interesting conversation in Arcadia, as I'm sure they'd love to know exactly what happened.
Just be selective over who we tell over there.
Oh, not without charging a significant fee for the information.
I clink drinks with Kai. Now you're learning.
Knowledge is power. Guard it well.
Fucking flashbacks.
Oh, what's the other one that I wish Kai would say, but he wouldn't? An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Something that Muse might ever say.
I mean, there's also suffer not the weak to live and maim, burn, kill, but
Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne.
milk for the cornflakes.
Damn right.
Oh, and one more thing as well, whilst we're on this whole topic of secrecy. For a little while, maybe we shouldn't leave a paper trail.
I usually don't drop papers behind me.
Well, more case of the harder we are to find, the better for the time being.
I sense
You need to
another
kill us,
story behind this, but
Oh, just before we met you, I made a very nice new friend, and it appears that friend might not be full of shit that I first thought that she was.
Do you need me to kill a Scovan? Because if I have to kill a Scovan, I will kill a Scovan.
Only if they disturb me.
As a note, Minton, Kai has currently stored all of his equipment, including his glaive, in his bag of holding.
Nice.
Don't try it.
Muse still is wearing her scimitar.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward to carry around a glaive.
True. So, it's why I've been looking over my shoulder to make sure, well, it pays to be prepared.
and here I thought you were looking at me.
I
I
mean,
do.
I'm sure she's doing both. Sometimes I wonder who she's more interested in, you or the elf. Haven't quite put my finger on it yet.
Or perhaps many other individual in my past.
Let's be honest, Sarab, you'd have them all at the same time if you could.
In the different ways. Some in the bedroom, some in the ground. Is the kindest way to put it.
You know, if you ever run across that particular one, and you need someone to scare them into submission. You know exactly where to look.
I'll let you know if I need anything.
In return, you're going to help us with the Badlander.
Very well. I suppose a deal is a deal.
Kai grins and leans back in his seat, finish off the last of the cocktail.
You know, I'm starting to dislike the fact that you are actually learning how to run trades and business.
I spent too much time with you, Salab.
It appears so.
Besides, if I ever do challenge Marlies, I'm sure it'll pay you back tenfold.
Friends in high places. Who knows?
Whenabouts is the fifth course coming, Minton?
The fifth course is coming just about now, which finishes up the meal. They bring out these small cakes, which seem to be drizzled with some sort of sweet but also salty smelling liquid, and then they seem to bring out a small, almost tumbler of some liqueur, which gives off hints of coffee.
Palate cleanser?
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, a coffee liqueur. The server comes out and says, this is maple sweetened sturgeon cake with chocolate, drizzled with sea salt caramel. Please also find a shot of coffee liqueur to help it go down.
Again, thank him in Arcadian.
Once again, he thanks you back.
Take a smell of the coffee liqueur.
Smells strong.
Kai's taking some of this.
Tastes strong.
I slide it towards Kai.
I definitely do need the palate cleanser after this, so it is much appreciated.
Joyful, try it.
There are better palate cleansers for my tastes. And for a moment, people end up... did I look at someone's neck?
But were you looking at Gawthorne's neck or at Noah's neck?
No.
Or at Kaya's neck.
Oh, Sarab knows she'll be killed where she stands. And not by me.
Or maybe it was multiple people's necks.
What do you do with your new room companion, since reaching out is none of my business, but I'll answer back in private. Oh, you're going to have the both of them to yourself?
I only take my palate cleansers in privacy anyway. I'm not an animal.
Lucky you, you're going to have the both of them to yourself. Whatever shall you do?
Now
On the
you
more-
are making assumptions.
I also only take my palate cleansers under consentful circumstances. And much more intimate ones.
He's going to raise the hand in that, that was a given gesture. Anyways, do all of you aware of what position Maiz occupies in the hierarchy of Kalasasani? Maiz being the local champion of this city and, as an extension, our region as a whole.
I will let you explain it since you seem so infatuated.
Maiz, as the champion of Kalasasani, occupies the position of, well, obviously, champion of Kalasasani, which gives him access to the... Medicine, you're going to have to help me again. Karakan.
Yeah, Karakan.
Karakan. Yeah. The Karakan and his staff, they are expected to serve in a diplomatic role and in a combative role as the champion of the states in war games. If I do ever end up challenging and defeating him, that means that I take that position, which puts me right at the heart of the top echelons of Cali society. And Salap's friends in high places, you don't get much higher.
I mean, if there was ever a place that would be higher, I'd manage to achieve it. Maybe have the Emperor in my back pocket. Pull the strings from afar. Now that would be a story to tell.
You wish.
We shall see in a few hundred years.
Or a few hundred, I won't be alive at that point.
Pity. Maybe your influence after Marie's might help me on that journey. If I even want to settle down anyway.
Besides, that's a long way off. Let's enjoy our meal, then head back to the Dancing Gin. Tomorrow is Marie's fight, and then let us head to the League. We have a lot that we can accomplish over there. Kai's actually quite enjoying this coffee liqueur, by the way. Which is weird because, like, Kai A drinks alcohol and B drinks coffee, neither of which I do.
It's a bit too bitter for Mrs. Palate.
Suits Kai.
New plan when I go back south. Convince Jamie to drink some coffee.
Fuck off. Ray tried. Ray failed.
Tea is the only truth.
I don't drink that either.
Do you
It's
drink
just-
anything with caffeine?
It's just because you haven't had
Coke.
good tea.
Have you ever tried iced coffee?
Fuck off.
Have you ever
I
tried
don't like the
coffee
taste.
flavor ice cream? Ah, fair.
I don't like the taste.
Coffee is disgusting.
And I'm not a fan of tea either, although that might be the way Dad has it. Dad has it, he kind of shows it the tea bag, then puts milk into it.
Wow.
That's
No, you
that's
leave it
not
to-
tea.
You leave it to steep until the water goes cold. That's how long you leave it to steep.
No, that's not tea either. Jeez,
Oh,
heathens!
Also, since it's fucking midnight and we're supposed to finish 15 minutes ago, do we want to call it here with the meal being done?
Yeah.
Sure, I just have one more
I mean, I
question.
know that Monkey Leads heads off to bed.
Yeah.
Um,
It's okay.
But-
You can ask a good question.
What is question?
Oh, right. I didn't hear exactly what Monkey said then.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Wait for a question.
Yeah. Is there anything that we want to do aside from the Mai's fight tomorrow before we leave?
I think we've accomplished everything in the city. Salab, I'm going to need your sharp eyes for that particular fight as well. I don't trust the Scovens or whoever else may be in the city not to poison Marley's. Do me a favour and help me keep an eye on him.
Muse's forehead hits the table just below the plate. Fine. You know my opinion on fights.
I do hope that this fight is going to be a little bit more equitable than what we got to witness today.
You're fucking owned.
I lost money from that.
I'm not going to recommend betting either way on the Marley fight. See how he fights in the arena against all comers, but again, Scovens. One successful, one failed assassination that was seen in the city. What stops them trying again? That seems to be their way to deal with anything.
Don't even know if that second one was even Scoven.
Well, he certainly looked pale under overalls before he was torn apart by the Bahir.
Could have been from the Dwarven Kingdom.
Anyway,
Could have been from Skarg himself.
besides, I don't think there's anything else to accomplish tomorrow beyond that fight, so we can take a lazy morning.
There, you hear that, Toby? You finally get your lie in properly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't remember the last time I had like a full night's sleep, because it certainly wasn't the night before the fight.
And I'm sure the two of your ladies, plus the elf, will quite enjoy the lack of need to get up in the morning. Okay, so just raises his glass for a toast. So, to the league then.
To the deep halls.
To the answers to our questions, which seem to be many.
Toby and Josh, you're getting in on this? They're both killed. Rip.
Ripperoni. I guess this is where we'll call it then.
Okay.
Awesome.
Again, I thank you all for playing. I thank you all for turning up, and if you have any criticisms, anything that could be improved, as always, drop me a message.
Yeah, Minton, you're a bellend.
The menu was atrocious.